Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for The Mandalorian, Season 2, Episode 5, Chapter 13, The Jedi. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, what YouTube does takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching, tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast video library, and pops it up there just for you. And also, if you're having some knowledge gaps as to tonight's guest star, up in this space is going to be a video that explains everything about that. So that I did on Wednesday. I dropped it on Wednesday. Also, if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, you hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I've got that up there. I change it out every week. Also, all the links to my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. No tier sip on the Patreon. Waiting until I hit 1,000 subscribers so I can give you something if you're giving me money. Also, I have links to this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where those of you who still have Facebook can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. Stanley says, to quote Nintendo, sorry, Mando, your Jedi is on another planet. Yeah. All right. Spoiler alert, if you have not watched the episode, go fucking watch the episode, man. It's worth it. There are going to be spoilers, so I am going to spoil the episode. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video you can comment down below in the comment section. Yeah. Holy fuck. Granted, this was not the most exciting episode, but it was exciting for those of us fans that had been waiting for this for a while, because we got introduced right at the very beginning to Ahsoka Tano. Now, who is Ahsoka Tano, you may ask? She is actually from the Clone Wars series, Star Wars The Clone Wars series, which Dave Filoni also wrote. He was under George Lucas's wing at that time. So George Lucas mentored him in the ways of Star Wars. And so much so that they're actually friends. And George comes on the set all the time of The Mandalorian because, he and Dave is actually the executive producer of the show. So he comes on set and is actually named one of the characters, one of the Mandalorians from episode 3, the male Mandalorian there, other than ours. He actually named him. Axe Woves, I believe is his name. Yes, exactly, Penn. And if you want to know more about who Ahsoka Tano is, like I said, wait until the very end of this video. You're going to see a video pop up on this side that actually is called Who in the Hell is Ahsoka Tano? And I basically go through a half hour of breaking it all down for you. I break it down through Star Wars Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, and also there's a book, which is right over here, back here. All of that there. I talk all about that. But anyway, going back to the episode. So we see Ahsoka Tano. She is on, excuse me, on the planet Corvus, and she is outside the city of Caledon. And we have an Imperial person who has taken over, Corvus at this point. And she's like, yeah, you know what? You need to come out. We need, I'm taking over. You got 24 hours to decide, essentially. And of course, the person who's in charge, the Imperial in charge, is called Morgan Elsbeth. And Morgan Elsbeth is basically the one who built the Imperial fleet. We find out she was the one that had built the Empire's fleet. And she is now hiding out on Corvus because, of course, the Empire is destroyed. And Ahsoka Tano is hunting her down. And Morgan actually has a whole bunch of prisoners inside that she's torturing. It's almost like a crucifixion thing, but not really. It's inside the gates. She has these poles that people are standing on and have their kind of penned in by these electric fields that keep shocking them. And it was actually pretty brutal, I thought. And she is, of course, surrounded by guards that she's got. We also see her second in command, who's a hired gun called Lang, who is played by Michael Biehn. That's right, Michael Biehn, Terminator, Kyle Reese. Yes, your eyes did not deceive you. He is older because, hey, that's what happens when you go through time. And yes, that was Michael Biehn. And by the way, Morgan Elsbeth, before I forget here, is played by, she's actually a stunt woman, Diana Lee Insonato. And if that last name sounds familiar, Dan Insonato is her father, who is the like one of the first students of Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee is her godfather. So a little bit of stuff there. Um, so like I said, Mando and Ahsoka team up after Morgan has made him an offer to kill the Jedi. And we find out that Beskar does more than just stop laser blast. It also stops lightsabers. So when Ahsoka first meets him, she just goes on the attack and tries to kill him. And he's like, whoa, 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 wait. You know, Bo-Katan sent me. And Ahsoka looks over and goes, oh, probably because of him. And she's able to communicate with the child through the Force. And we find out that his name is Grogu. That's right. And Grogu went to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant and was trained by the Jedis. He was actually being trained. And then sometime during the Clone Wars, he was spirited away because of what was happening. And of course, now it's been 30 years since the Clone Wars. So his knowledge, I guess his training knowledge has been is diminishing, as she says, and he holds a lot of anger inside of him. So there's nothing she can really do she can't train him. She says, I've already seen what this path goes down when someone has that much anger in a Jedi Knight, which she's referring to Anakin, of course, her master. And she, of course, sends him over to Tython. So now he's tasked with going to Tython to bring the child up, or Grogu, up onto the top of this mountain and put him on top of a seeing stone. This is near the ruins of an ancient temple, is what she says. And he can pick his path from there. And, if he picks the right path, a Jedi will hear him. Although she says there's not many Jedi left. So, Stanley Tweedle says he is too old to be trained. Didn't we hear that before? Yeah, he's not too old to be trained. He's already been trained, but he hasn't gone the full training, and yeah, he hasn't grown up yet. And I kind of found it interesting that, she says, "Oh, well, I've only seen one other of his kind, Yoda," and I'm like, "Well, what about Yaddle? Because Yaddle is actually there at the Jedi Temple, and she was on Coruscant, and that's where she got trained since she was 3." So she obviously has met Yaddle as well, and there's one other as well that also starts with a Y, and I can't remember her name. And they're all of Yoda's species, the same species. So she has met at least 3 of them. Yeah. I am Saya says a lot of Filoni tongue-in-cheek things happening in my humble. Yeah, this is serving as a backdoor pilot. It's a very poorly kept secret that they are working on another, series, another Star Wars series, and it's the Ahsoka Tano series. Because at the end, when Ahsoka finally disarms Morgan, when they do the hand-to-hand combat thing, and Morgan is using that Beskar spear to fight Ahsoka and loses, and Ahsoka asks her, "Where's your master? Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?" Now, if that doesn't get you excited, you don't know who in the hell Grand Admiral Thrawn is. And guess what my next who in the hell is going to be? It's going to be about Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yes. So I will be talking about that. Raymond K. Hessel says, does Ahsoka Tano know about the Skywalker children? I don't know. I mean, we don't know what extent that she. I think Kenobi cut himself off from everybody at that point. So she might not know. She might not even know about Luke. I mean, he supposedly has set out word at this point that he's setting up a new Jedi Academy, but we don't know. Because remember, this is 5 years after the Battle of Endor. So Luke is still there, Han's still there, Leia, Chewie, everybody's still there because this is only 5 years after the Battle of Endor that this takes place. Stanley Trail says they should have had an old-timey announcer intro. Yeah, they should have had actually the announcer. And what was it? I used to love those things too. Going back and rewatching the Clone Wars, having the recap being done like, and last time on the Clone Wars, and they do this whole bombastic kind of recap, like 1930s, 40s kind of thing. I love that. I am Saya says, I must admit that that was the best moment. Oh, the master going to be Vader or Maul because people know that. Yeah. And bam, Thrawn was great. Yeah, no, I knew it was going to be Thrawn. Ahsoka is supposed to be going after or looking for Ezra at this point. And Ezra, of course, is with Thrawn because of what happened with the space whales. Now, if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, you haven't seen Star Wars Rebels. So, and again, yes, I will talk about that in the Who in the Hell Is segment. Yeah. I am Saya. Yes, I did know it was going to be Thrawn. That was who I was, betting on. That was my 80% chance on that one. Other than that, I mean, yeah. But when she finally mentioned, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Finally she dropped the name Thrawn. I know. Where is Sabine? I don't know where Sabine is. I was actually kind of. That was one of the things I was sure of, that either Rex or Sabine was going to be in this episode as well, and not there. So we don't know. Yeah. I agree with you, Johnny. I love the new newsreel openings as well. So yeah, this was a fun episode because yes, we end up getting Ahsoka, live action Ahsoka, and granted, it's not Ashley Eckstein, which I would have loved to have Ashley in there, but Rosario Dawson did not do a bad job either. And honestly, those Montrails looked fucking awesome. When Mando's ship, when the Razor Crest is lifting off at the end there, and her Montrails kind of move a little bit, and I was like, wow, they actually did a good job. And it wasn't CGI. At least I don't think it was, because they looked, like they move with wind. It was kind of cool. Will we see the Bendu in this season? I doubt it. I don't think we're ever going to see the Bendu again, Stanley. I would love to say that we're going to see the Bendu, but no, we're not going to. Yes, Groku finally has a name. Yes. What was that? I am Saya. I didn't understand what you were saying there. Yeah, I agree with you, Pen. She did a great job. She did an awesome job. In that thumbnail that I have for this episode, when she is doing the stance, that is the Jedi stance of waiting for the Force move and then also blocking. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Feisty, how's it going? I am Saya says, did the wink Baby Yoda give Ahsoka? No, there was no wink. Basically, all they did was they communicated with the Force, of course, and hey, that rhymed. And Ahsoka acknowledged him and just kind of smiled and shook her head. Yes, that's all it was. Especially when Ahsoka tells Mando everything that we already knew, was that Grogu looks at him as a father figure, and that because he is so attached now to Mando, there's no way that she can train him anyway. As we saw with the whole stone thing, where she's saying, "Take the stone from my hand," which I thought the whole "take the stone from my hand" thing is kung fu. For those of you who are really really young, and I started laughing at that because I knew exactly what that was, and I have to give props to Dave Filoni for putting that in there. Just the whole "take the stone from my hand," grasshopper. Yeah. Yes, Grogu is his name. If you watch it with the subtitles on, everything gets spelled out for you. So Grogu, Tython, all that stuff. Yes. And I am yes, I'm happy about this. So yes, he is going to Tython next, is most likely what's going to happen. And of course, he's got a tracker on him. which is a bad thing because now, Grand Moff Sidious is Grand Moff Sidious. Oh my God, Grand Moff Gideon is actually going to be trailing him to an abandoned or an ancient ruins of a Jedi temple, and have access possibly to that as well, which will really suck. I am Saya says, and by wording I meant I was hoping for a Thrawn drop, but never knew. Yeah, they're going fast and furious with this. I am Saya. They are now dropping anything and everything that they can in here, and I believe it's just because they are pushing so much forward with the new series. So they're going to have 2 series running in tandem, and possibly 3. Well, they do have the Obi-Wan mini series, which is also in the works as well. So yeah. Raymond says, how can Yoda's species not grow attached to a parent figure? They stay children for so long. Yeah, true. Well, I mean, they're long-lived species, so Yoda himself was over 1,000 years old. So yeah. Stanley Tweedle says, I watched it 11 hours ago. My memory doesn't last that long. I watched it last night too at midnight. 12:02 p.m. is where I watched it, my time. And I was wide awake. Yes. Johnny says, I haven't looked up, is Tython a known world in canon or legends? I don't know. I didn't take a look at it either. I didn't get a chance to. A Feisty fan says, the 8-year-old child that read the damned expanded universe books in me is just overjoyed. Yeah. Yes, I will be talking about Thrawn, like I said, in the Who the Hell is. I was looking over at my Thrawn book that was over in that direction. So that was the reason why I was doing that. I am Sias. I don't know much about other Star Wars franchises going on, but I was hoping for that. Yeah, I agree with you, Saya. I don't know why Ahsoka doesn't remember Yaddle. It's kind of a weird thing, considering that I believe in the Clone Wars, the animated series, that she did actually interact with him at one point, if I'm not mistaken, or at least heard the name. But yeah, he's around at the same time that she was training there, so I don't know. Johnny says, I have a theory that Grogu's development was stunted by trauma, Order 66 in Dark Times, possibly. It could very well be possibly. Thrawn is your favorite Star Wars villain, Feisty? Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I have an affinity also for Asajj Ventress as the villain, especially as she was in the Clone Wars. I would like to see her come back at some point, considering that she's a bounty hunter when last we saw her. That would be kind of cool to see her in the guild. That would be awesome. Raymond K. Hessel says, I've never seen Rebels. How does Ahsoka get her lightsabers back? Again, I go, Raymond, I hate to kind of push you over into because it's a long explanation. If you go and take a look at my Who in the Hell Is series, like I said, it'll pop up here at the very end of the video. I answer all that in detail. I even go into how they become white lightsabers and all that stuff too. It's just there's a lot of explanation in it. Yeah. And I just want to keep this to the Mandalorian for right now. Yes. I am Saya says, now be fair. Do you think ongoing show plus further shows can make Star Wars is always great, Saya. It's just the who is writing it. That's the whole thing. And you can have competent writers like Filoni and Favreau, or you can have incompetent writers like JJ, ADHD Abrams. If you plan stuff out, that's all you need to do in your writing. Is if you plan stuff out, things go well. Kind of like what they're doing with this series. How the Clone Wars, the animated Clone Wars series panned out, how Rebels panned out. Resistance was a poor example of that because Filoni really was not paying attention to that one. I think he was just executive producing that one. And also it was based on Abrams' writing, so they didn't know what the hell was going on, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck this." So yeah, that's the misstep. So what's your answer? A lot of money involved. Yeah, there's a lot of money involved in this, of course, but and I'm kind of surprised. Originally, Kathleen Kennedy was not on board with this, from what I understand. And now that it's been making so much money, she's like, "Hey, yeah, it was my idea all along," kind of thing. And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. Just let Filoni do what he needs to do." Yeah, I agree that. Oh, no reason to be sorry, Raymond. Yeah, I just wanted to keep it brief. I didn't want to go like way into it. Otherwise, I'd have to like really. It's really long. It's not really long, but my video is like 35 minutes long for the Ahsoka Tano one, and it just really goes into detail on that, which I did all in one take. I was surprised. Thanks, Pen. Feisty says, "I love that Mando actually helped Ahsoka's cause in the episode." Like, yeah, well, he needed to, because he wanted Grogu to, of course, grow, and he needed Ahsoka in order to do that, and that was his mission. So his original mission is to get the child Grogu back to his species, or the Jedi, and that's what he was thinking, that he was going to complete his mission. And of course, in order to do that, he'd have to help Ahsoka with hers. Stanley says it's almost the thing that keeps Disney Plus afloat. No, I think there's actually a lot of things on Disney Plus. I find myself going back and looking at different things, and wait till the Marvel series comes out. I'm telling you, wait until the Marvel TV shows come out. Holy fuck, it's going to be amazing. If they do the right stuff as well. I'm watching the right stuff. That's on that, from Nat Geo that they use. That's actually really good. It's a good series, and I'm enjoying that one as well. That's actually what I'm going to watch next today, and then also Warrior comes on later on tonight. So, um, let me see here. I'm looking at the chat here. Can you see nothing interesting there, Stanley? Okay. Yeah. All right. WandaVision, exactly, Feisty. WandaVision. There's going to be some really interesting shit coming up on Disney Plus. There really is. Yeah, I agree with you, Johnny. HBO Max really does need to step up their game. I just watched their Super Intelligence, I believe is what it was called, with Melissa McCarthy last night. That was their HBO Max movie, I guess you can say. No, it was bad. It was bad. Yeah. They really do need to step it up. I mean, granted, they have all this DC Universe properties that they're going to be doing with, Doom Patrol. Titans really needs to step up the writing. Really, really needs to step up the writing, because it sucks. And Harley Quinn, the animated Harley Quinn. So they've got those three going for them at the moment. Yeah. Stanley, WandaVision comes out in what is it, January? January 15th. So you can't wait 2 months, which is really what it is. Do you think this season will end on a Filoni epic cliffhanger? I don't know, Feisty. I mean, we do have. I don't think it's going to end on a cliffhanger, because Favreau is writing it. Dave is the executive producer, and he is actually focused right now on the Ahsoka Tano series. That's the only reason why we get him once this season. And I'm fairly sure that what's going to end up happening is we're going to get a new general mission that he needs to go on for season 3. He's going to complete this mission in a way. It might not be something that we like, but it's going to be completed in a way, and then he's going to Find something that's going to be personal more to him. Because right now, I've been seeing grumblings out there that they've moved away. The Mandalorian is no longer the star of his own show, kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, he is actually. This is him, in a way, finding out about his own past in order to move forward, as well as helping people as well. And like him bumping into Bo-Katan is not something that's trivial. It's something that is showing him there are other Mandalorians out there, and he might not be on the right path. And we saw this with him lifting up his mask a little bit and drinking in front of Grogu on the ship, and which he's not supposed to do, of course. So even though he just lifted up a little bit to drink, still, he is not supposed to do that. Let's see. What else we going? Yeah, I know he's the catalyst. Yeah, he is definitely the catalyst in all of this. Yeah. And I agree with you, Penn. Swamp Thing got cheated. Super, super cheated. It should have been left alone and not canceled after the first episode. But who knows? It might find new life on the CW. It's getting good reviews or good ratings on the CW. Yes, Grogu is a lot easier to say. And it doesn't start with a Y either. So it's not because there was Yoda, Yaddle, and I know the last one started with a Y as well. I want to say it was like Yiddle or something. I can't remember what her name was. But yeah. Yeah. No, Swamp Thing is on CW. It's not on HBO Max. I wish it was on HBO Max, but it's not. See you, movie, Fanobi. I'm actually going to be getting out of here too. All right. So what else do I have going on this week? Tomorrow is Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the weekend, any of the genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. Sunday, I'm not doing anything. I'm off on Sunday. Monday will be His Dark Materials. Tuesday will be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And I might do Super Intelligence just because we need to talk about that. Wednesday, I'll be off, although I might drop another episode of Who in the Hell Is, Admiral Thrawn on that one. I might just do it then. And Thursday will be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? I know I skipped yesterday because it was Thanksgiving. I figured I'd skip it. And then we roll back around again to Friday with The Mandalorian. And remember, we only have 3 episodes left. That's right. We only have 3 episodes left this season. So we're wrapping up kind of quick here. Yes. Oh, I'm going to be doing it, Penn. When they mention, as soon as they mention Grand Admiral Thrawn, I'm like, yep, and it plays into my next one right there. So that's actually fairly easy for me. I am Syed, no problem. That you don't have any boring questions. Is that what you were trying to say? Thanks for bearing with my question. Sorry, I thought you said I don't have my glasses on, so it's a little bit blurry when I'm looking. Because otherwise you just see glare on my glasses. No, that's no problem, man. Any questions are good. Bearing, yes. I got it now. Sorry. Again, like I said, it's a little bit blurry. I'm looking at the wording there. Otherwise, like I said, I put these things on and all you see is a little bit of glare and yeah. All right. Thank you to everybody joining me tonight in the chat, or today in the chat, I should say. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below. And while you're down there, if you can hit the like and the share button as well, they're all down there together. Also, if you want to know when I'm going live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule that's up there. I have all the links to my social media, all the links to my channels, pages, all that kind of stuff are up there as well. Also, if you want to find out who in the hell Ahsoka Tano is, take a look at the video that pops up here at the very end. That's what'll be there. It's a half-hour long condensate. I basically condense all of Star Wars, the Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, and then the book here, Ahsoka, that kind of explains everything about Ahsoka up until pretty much up until this point that you see her. Yeah. So it's all there. Thank you, everybody. What do we say here? I am Saya says, I don't want to cause drama, but I do want to have my questions answered. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah. And oh, you're in the EU. Okay. Yes, I know. I have a lot of people that are in the EU, and it's hard to hit the live stream. And I just can't do it at midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning. I have a day job too, so yeah. I know. That's why I moved this since I was off today. I moved it to 11 a.m. It was easier to do it now. But yeah, it's just easier to do it that way. Because what is it now over in the EU? 11 a. So if you're in Eastern Europe kind of thing, it's what 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Oh, excuse me, 9 p.m. So that's not too bad. And it's 8:30 for you. Yeah. See, there you go. So I know that because I have family that live in Greece, so I know what the time frame is. If I want to avoid talking to them, kind of thing, it's pretty easy. Um, yeah, Saturdays is good. The thing I remembered for years. Oh, nice, nice. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to let you guys go for the day. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Saturday morning blast off. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may be offered a Beskar spear to go and take down a Jedi, but don't take that offer because it's not good. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, and wear a mask. Thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.